Unless it's a fact, I ain't gonna speak on it. I'm your host, Eliante. Joining me are the dynamic duo of Austin and Don. How we feeling, gentlemen?
I'm feeling good. Feeling good. How y'all doing?
Feeling light. I mean, I'm just getting ready for the draft. Can't wait for the draft. Just a couple more weeks, you know. Eliante, run the NFC North, bro.
Do y'all think the Bears did the right thing by trading Justin Fields and eventually, drafting Caleb versus trading back and building around him? I want to hear your honest opinion on this, man. Break it down.
Building around Fields. You know, the funniest thing that came out of all this in terms of the Bears is the fans. The Chicago Bears fans, you guys are tripping. You guys have the perfect opportunity to reset your franchise. I think Justin Fields was probably, the fourth, maybe fifth quarterback taken in that draft. So, I mean, you guys got blessed with the opportunity. They're really the ninth pick in the draft. Luckily, y'all got blessed with that trade. I see a lot of Bears fans hating on Ryan Poles. Don't see why. He's doing a great job. Fantastic trade. Perfect opportunity to build around Caleb. Let's say they might like Drake May, want to trade back. Doubt it. We've seen Caleb and Keenan at USC's Pro Day. So, I mean, awesome. You're good with the numbers. Explain to these Bears fans why financially, let's say you had Caleb and Justin on the same level. Explain to these guys why it makes sense to reset that quarterback contract, get a prospect like Caleb Williams on a rookie deal.
When it comes to quarterback, when you have a chance, when you really weren't supposed to select the number one quarterback in a quarterback heavy draft, you don't really walk. It takes a very good quarterback for you to walk away from that opportunity. And as much as I appreciate what Justin Fields can do on the football field, and as much as I even value what he does on the football field, it's just not worth me giving up selecting a number one franchise quarterback at pick one. And I think for the Bears fans, there's obviously this I don't even know how to say it without being disrespectful.
You know what the Bears, like, they haven't had a good quarterback since probably, I don't know, before we were born. Like, what do they always go back to?
The Harbaugh, bro, Harbaugh brother. It was one of the Harbaugh brothers. So
y'all had a great defense though.
Yeah, I mean, Jay Cutler was a good quarterback. Jay Cutler was a good quarterback. Like, I don't want to play out Jay Cutler and Brandon Marshall,
bro.
But right. And
they've had good receivers, so
yeah, and they've had dogs at receiver, but
they had Shannon Sharp back in the day.
I think that they got to take their heart out the situation and out the equation. And I respect what Ryan Pace, who is the GM for the Chicago Bears, I respect what he did, because he did the right decision for his town, for Chicago, for the fan base, and also for the organization. When you go ahead and you decide, look, I'm going to make this big boy move and I'm going to trade out this quarterback that we just selected 10th overall in 2021 because we got the opportunity to select the number one quarterback in the draft, that's a big move for you to do. Because, it's clear that the fans, they were split. They didn't want that to happen. And I think maybe some of this.
That's the thing. They weren't split. I feel like 90% of them wanted to keep Justin Fields. Let's think about some trade packages they could have made for that number one pick, though, right? They got blessed with that pick. I mean, we wouldn't be looking at the same if the Panthers took, CJ Stroud, and they wouldn't have the number one pick, most likely.
They wouldn't have the number one pick.
Even if, let's keep the DJ Moore trade into it. Adam Thielen kind of did his thing. They had weapons here and there. They had some pieces on defense and a weak division, which is getting a little bit better, and we'll touch on that. But let's think about it from one of those diehard Bears fans' point of view. If they traded the number one pick, I'm guessing they could go back to 3, right? They could go back to 6 with the Giants. no bias, and take, the best wide receiver available. They still have the 9th pick, and they could get best O-line available. It's not just a deep quarterback draft. It's a deep receiver draft, deep offensive lineman draft. So, yeah, that's cool, but who takes up most of the books? The quarterback.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
What's the most important position on the football field, bro?
Quarterback.
And I know how you feel about these high draft picks. You don't want to be here, but the thing with them is they're not really supposed to be there. So I feel like
exactly that's the point.
Like,
that's where this is a unique situation where you got blessed because Carolina made a decision. They made a lot of bad decisions which benefited you. They made a bad decision by making the trade in the first place. Then they made an even worse decision by selecting the wrong football player with the number 1 overall pick. And because of those two things, you get blessed with the third. So sometimes it's one of those situations. I don't know if you've ever been in like dinner or something with your girl, or you've been somewhere out at the mall or something with your girl, and there's a situation that happens where like, oh, this might have cost $50, but really it only cost $25. And your shorty's like, oh, but babe, and you like, yes, it's okay. We good. And you just like you basically want to tell her like, yo, shut up. Like you don't want to say that, but you want to tell her, shut up, we good. But it's in this situation. This is what the Bears is doing. The Bears have to say respectfully to their fan base, hey, shut up. We got this one. You're gonna be mad and you might be a little bit upset right now. Sometimes, you know what I mean? And and I'm not trying to we're not gonna touch on this, you know what I'm saying? This is a football sports podcast, but sometimes when you dealing with your shorty, you know what's best for her. And sometimes you gotta just tell her, like, listen, she gonna pout, big, whatever, she gonna give it to you, she gonna get on and you gotta just ignore what the talking about because you got enough confidence in yourself that I'm making the right decision for you.
Yeah, and you understand that shit with chin.
And that goes for like all the franchises. The fans always think they know what's best for the franchise. And in this case, it's like every other fan base in the NFL is like, oh yeah, this is obvious. You know what I mean? Even if y'all thought they were equal.
Even if they were equal, but they were the same football player.
The consensus is he's a way better prospect. There's a reason. It's not like Justin Fields went first in his class.
He should have went second, though. Like we can agree that a lot of people made mistakes.
We could talk about that later once we get to.
But
I feel like we've been talking about the Bears a little bit too much. How y'all feel about the Green Bay Packers?
Yeah, so I don't know how much of an upgrade Josh Jacob is from Aaron Jones, really, but it's clear what they did in the playoffs. Matt.
It's clear what they want to do. It's clear what they want to do. They want to establish the run and then play off of that with their amazing young wide receiver core and their talented quarterback.
What do you think about the deal though? 4 years, $48 million. I mean, I know how you feel about running backs, but I'm not sure what Aaron Jones signed for or how much he was really going for. But, I feel like the familiarity with the offense and whatnot. But, I mean, do you even think it's that much of an upgrade?
I don't necessarily think it's an upgrade. I think that they were just like, you know what? We do value the running back position, and we have a running back that's getting a little older here. I don't know if you guys have ever seen A.J. Dillon tape in the NFL in the past 2 years. It's the worst. It's horrible. You don't get you've never seen somebody so no homo big get taken down by everybody. Him and Zeke. They just literally the first one football player can tackle them. And it's like, bro, your quads are they call you the quad father or something crazy like that. But yet there's DBs that are taking you down, or you get taken down. I don't want to get into it, but basically, long story short, I don't think he as big as he is. Yeah, as big as he is, it's like he's just a goal line back. He's just a 3rd and 1 back. He's not spectacular. But Josh Jacobs, when he runs, he has vision, he has balance. He has a little bit of speed, and he's an all-around back. He's a 3-down back, and I don't think necessarily it's an upgrade, but it's not a downgrade. And I think they value the position. And I think if Aaron Jones and Josh Jacobs were the same age, I think they would just be like, yeah, we love Aaron Jones. But due to the fact that Aaron Jones is a little bit older than Josh Jacobs, I think they decided that, okay, we're going to have to spend this money on running back because we do value the position, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to give it to this guy that's a tad bit younger than the guy that we've had. And again, for the fans, it tears at the strings for the fans. But for organization, you got to trust the fact that they're doing the right thing for you as the fan and for them as an organization. This is the right move. They value running back. They use their running backs. And you know what I mean?
And they're really young at receiver. They're not paying any receivers.
Super young.
Devontae Adams, he wanted to go back and play for his favorite team growing up. Hometown. Is he from Oakland? Obviously not from Vegas. But
so he did go to school in Fresno State. I don't know if he's from Oakland. He might be from. I don't know. He might be somewhere near there. But he went to school in Fresno State. So he's from that side for whatever that's worth. He is.
Yeah. It seemed like it was his favorite team. Like even with the I think Aaron Rodgers kind of being indecisive definitely played a part in it, but I think he wanted to go there anyway, and I think he wants to be a Raider for life. So you're going to have to pay him the big bucks. I mean, at the time, and I still consider him a top 3 wide receiver. It was just weak quarterback play with Aiden O'Connell, but like I
feel like you guys both just made some very, very valid points, and I really just want to really get a solid answer from both of y'all on this. What do you think they really need to compete now? Like to really?
They're already competing. They don't.
I think no. I'm talking about champion. I'm talking about championship.
Yeah. I think
they exceeded expectations. They almost beat the Niners. They were they absolutely did close from getting to the Super Bowl. So they just need to keep doing what they're doing. Clearly, there's a method to their madness because they moved off of Brett Favre. They moved off of Aaron Rodgers, and Jordan Love's looking good. They already won 80% of the battle, which is getting the quarterback right. And if Jordan Love continues to improve, then we're good. But when it comes to the receiving core is young. It's a bunch of they have the youngest team in the NFL. I think they were the youngest team in the playoffs overall. So, I mean, they're good there. They just signed Xavier McKinney from us. We weren't trying to pay,
Who's us? Who's us?
The Giants, man. Come on. You know what it is.
I just want to make sure everybody know who you talking about when you say us. I just want to make sure they know.
Just in case they didn't realize. But yeah.
I did want to say something. I did want to say something about them that is very, very spectacular. So they have 2 starters that play left tackle and right tackle. Those are one of the most important positions in the NFL football. They
always have such good O-line.
And they have, and they're paying them pennies. They're paying them pennies. They're rookies.
Did they let Bakhtiari go?
Bakhtiari is not a part of the football team anymore. He is not a part of the football team anymore. And they have guys that are solid stalwarts at fucking left and right tackle that anybody would die to have on their football team. And there's going to probably be about 8 tackles, 8 offensive linemen that get selected in the first round of the NFL draft this year.
And they don't have to pay.
Right. And for the Green Bay Packers to already have their right and left tackles solidified for the most part, if they wanted to be on their team, they're already 3 steps ahead of a lot of football teams.
And you know how the Packers roll too. They don't really draft receiver or nothing in the first round. So the defense is solid. I mean, they're definitely going to be on a lot of people's Super Bowl favorite lists, and I really don't blame them. I think it's only
sexy. They're the sexiest team in the NFL. Well, it is no denying it. They're the sexiest team in the NFL right now. Outside of legitimate Super Bowl contenders, they're the sexiest team in the NFL.
I mean, what about their own division rival, the Detroit Lions? You know what I'm saying? Like, they were the division champs last year.
Are you talking about the Lions now?
Talking about the Lions now, because you guys are talking about like how they're potential Super Bowl favorites and whatnot.
I'm calling them sexy. I'm not calling them Super Bowl favorites. I'm calling them sexy. I'm calling them because they were 9-7. They snuck into the playoffs. I don't got Green Bay sneaking into the playoffs.
It was a last minute run, and ironically, that last game was against the Bears. Jordan Love versus Justin Fields, and obviously they don't play both sides of the ball. But in terms of quarterback play, they look like they're on completely different planets, really.
Right.
And I think Justin Fields, that was his big opportunity to show this is why y'all should keep me. Maybe draft Marvin Harrison with the 1, DJ Moore, but obviously they have Keenan Allen now, so that's pretty smooth for them. I'm interested to see what they do in 9, if there's like a Rome Odunze or one of those top 3 receiving prospects left for them, if they're going to continue that route since Keenan Allen's injury history. But
you can also take into the fact that Keenan Allen is also in his he's in his 30s. He's 32. I think he might be 33.
Exactly.
And he's a dog.
He's a dog. He's a dog for sure.
Now, when it comes to the Lions, like I'm not taking anything when I'm talking good about Green Bay Packers. I'm not taking away from what the Detroit Lions did. The Detroit Lions were 3 or 4 plays away from making it.
The question is, do you think they're going to be able to repeat as the division champs? Are they going to be able to?
Well, for me personally, I felt this way until you beat me. I got to see it. So for me to say that they're not going to repeat, I got them repeating. Like I do, because you got to take down the king. Like you don't just wake up in the morning and it's anointed to somebody else. It's not about to be given to the Bears. It's not about to be given to Green Bay.
I don't know how I feel. I get what you're saying, but like there's always a new playoff team, 1 or 2 from every conference, and sometimes it's not the easiest thing, but you can tell who's going to go up and supersede whoever. And in terms of that division, it's like one of the toughest divisions moving forward, where it's a bunch of like, let's be real, like kind of generational losers. Besides the because the Lions,
I won't count up. They generational losers, but
losers. I've never heard that.
It would be but Dom, I would feel you if they got if their offensive coordinator Ben Johnson had gone to Washington. I'd be like, yeah, I'm with you. Had they had lost something, if they had lost my man Sun God St. Brown, fantasy football hero, I love you to the day I die. I would be with you. If they didn't hit on their draft picks and didn't get Sam Laporta and they didn't believe in motherfucking Jared Goff and they didn't motherfucking play football in the dome, I'd be with you. But it's like the things that made them contenders are still in place. And I do think that factors in to what I'm talking about. No, get it twisted. It's definitely going to be a harder division. But they did win the division with losing. I want to say they lost to the Bears and they also lost to Green Bay. I know they lost to Green Bay on Thanksgiving. So they already took one L that they weren't supposed to take.
They got to play him twice. They got to play him twice.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's like if we're talking about teams going toe to toe, you're going to say that they're going to split it. You're not going to say that somebody's going to get swept. So they already split and found a way to make it shake when they got to the playoffs. We got to respect that team.
That's why I don't really have a prediction. I don't really have a prediction for who's really going to win the division. It's kind of up in the air because they're kind of in the same space for me. It's going to be one of them. I think the Bears, personally,
until you lose, when is that equal? My bad for cutting you off, but when is that equal? It's like until you beat me, I am king. And so until Detroit gets taken down, they are king.
A long history of just beating them because these are
but they don't need it. They don't need it, bro. If you become king today, the history don't matter, bro. If you're king today, What are you saying? You know what I'm saying? Like come on, let's be real. Like if you like, what are you really saying? If you wake up in the morning and they put the crown on your head,
there's a difference.
Does the history matter?
There's a difference between a newly appointed king and a king that's been reigning for years. So like if they just became king, they could get knocked off the hill real easy.
Yeah, and you have to do it though.
They ain't no dynasty.
And I agree with you. I feel you, but you have to do it.
You need to be doing it for a certain amount of time before I'm like, all right, you got to beat me.
You don't have to be scared of the king. I'm not saying you have to be scared of the king, bro. I'm not saying
they're scared. I'm just saying I don't think they have enough in their recent history to be like, yeah, they're really the kings. I don't think there's a king in that division. That's why that division is so interesting.
I'm just saying, if I'm not mistaken, in the conference,
Green Bay would probably be king.
Y'all remember the conference? Y'all remember the conference?
Exactly. Green Bay is king, you know.
But
hey,
now
I own y'all, the Bears. You feel me?
But now we got Ben Johnson. Coming back. We got a certified quarterback coming back. We play in the dome. We got the sun god. We got a tight end. Our O-line, a lot of people not messing with our O-line. We got 2 different running backs. How you want us to give it to you? Like, you know what I'm saying? When we talk about the Detroit Lions, it's not like we talking about them Detroit Lions.
How much of what you just said doesn't apply to the Packers, though? You know what I mean? Like Luke,
which is why I think that they sexy. Which is no, but bro,
the O-line, you were just gassing the O-line.
Wait.
They have a crazy core right now.
And what did I call the Green Bay Packers? What did I call the Green Bay Packers?
The sexy team.
Right. Well, who were the Detroit Lions a year before? A year ago from today. What was the Detroit Lions called?
But what do we in terms
what
of
were
history,
they called? Hold on.
What were they called? In terms of history, you know what they were called. But
you're not saying that. I know what they were called. That's why I'm asking the question. What were they called?
History, what happened?
I know what they were called.
Every time they switch quarterbacks,
we're not switching the quarterback.
They did switch the quarterback from Aaron Rodgers to Detroit
Lions. I asked you about the
I'm talking about the Packers.
No, and I'm not denying none of that. I'm not denying any of that. But what were the Detroit Lions called a year ago today? From a year ago today,
they could be the sexiest team.
Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. That was just no. I'm not denying anything you said. That was all I was trying to say.
Every time.
I think y'all misinterpreted what I was trying to say. I'm just asking. Do y'all think they can?
That question. We're talking about how the Packers, every time they switch quarterbacks, that guy wins a Super Bowl. When's the last time the Lions won a Super Bowl?
Nigga, I don't know.
Okay, and so who's still at the helm? Gutekunst, or however you pronounce his name. And you keep bringing up Johnson. They still have Matt LaFleur over there in Green Bay. They clearly.
Well, he's the head coach. He's the head coach.
Yeah, he's the head coach. I know you.
So yeah, I'm obviously they still got the head coach. It's like the head coach ain't going nowhere. He was successful.
You keep mentioning
but like Ben,
that's the OC. You didn't mention
Ben Johnson. The fact that you keep Ben Johnson as a head as the OC when he had head coaching offers, that's not important. That doesn't mean anything. Do we know who the offensive coordinator is for the Green Bay Packers right now?
It might as well be Matt LaFleur. That's what happens.
Okay, but do we know who he is? What is the name? What is the name of the Green Bay Packers offensive coordinator? We don't know his name.
I have no idea. But
why do we know Ben Johnson?
Why
do we know Ben Johnson?
Because he's that guy, and Dan Campbell's more of the. Because think about it, when Dan Campbell came in, he came in talking about biting off kneecaps. People didn't take him serious. They're like, "Oh, this is a former NFL player. He was a tight end who, whatever." But he instilled that culture, that Motor City culture, that it works out for him. So, yeah, in terms of the X's and O's, that's Ben Johnson. But for the Packers, the X's and O's is Matt LaFleur. It's not like they lost them, and they might eventually lose Ben Johnson.
Do we know for a fact that it's just Matt LaFleur? We can stand on business and it's just Matt LaFleur. Because we don't I asked you.
Jordan Love,
look, the Green Bay Packers offensive coordinator, his name Adam Stanovich. Who the fuck is that?
Stanovich. Adam Stanovich.
How you got a European nigga as your motherfucking offensive coordinator?
Bro, because that motherfucker knows X and O's, bro.
Listen, he was
promoted to offensive coordinator.
if it's a defensive head coach, then the offensive coordinator matters a lot more. What do you consider Dan
Campbell? Dan Campbell is the defensive head coach?
I'm not saying that.
Okay, all right. I was about to say because I was about to.
I'm not saying that.
That's not gonna work out for you. Okay, all right, good.
I'm not saying that. But the fact that we don't know the Packers OC, Matt LaFleur's been getting all the credit. Am I right?
But just because you get the credit don't mean that niggas not putting in work. That's what I'm saying. Because that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what we try to open people's eyes out to.
Adam, whatever his name, been the OC? How long has he been the OC?
He was promoted January 31st. He was promoted January 31st, 2022.
Okay, so
he originally joined the Packers.
So Matt LaFleur was with Aaron Rodgers, and then you got to remember Jordan Love.
Who was the offensive coordinator when? Wait. Who was the offensive coordinator when Aaron Rodgers was playing football for the Packers? Who was the offensive coordinator when Aaron Rodgers was playing football for the Packers?
Oh, Aaron Rodgers was playing for a minute. He had your boy. He had your boy for a second. Y'all had
you know who his offensive. Guess what? Aaron Rodgers, when he left to go to the Jets, his offensive coordinator went with him.
Damn.
You know who his offensive coordinator is.
Yeah, but that's because he likes playing cards with him.
Exactly. So why are we acting like that motherfucker was making any decisions on that side?
Here's my thing about that. The script wasn't out.
Say his name though. No. We gotta tell the audience who his name is. Who are we talking about?
Say the name. Don't be asking me rhetorical.
Okay. No. I was asking you because I was legit like, oh no, like who's the Jets offensive coordinator? Yeah,
bro, I thought I was about to look that shit up.
You talking about Nathaniel Hackett, or you talking about before that?
No, I'm saying who is the New York Jets offensive coordinator? Like the
Nathaniel Hackett.
Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah. I wanted you let them know. I know you know who it is. I know you know who I'm talking about, but let the audience know. Let them know what's good with Nathaniel Hackett. You know what I'm saying?
He's clearly like that.
That's the whole point, though. With Nathaniel Hackett,
that's the thing. He got look. Eliante said Nathaniel Hackett is like that. So the streets think that Nathaniel Hackett is certified.
You saying he was like that? Hey, Eliante, mute your mic. Because when it comes to Matt LaFleur, the script was out on him. We were like, was it all Aaron Rodgers or not? Because when Nathaniel Hackett went to the Broncos, it was a shit show, right?
And why did the Broncos?
Let me get to it. It was a shit show, and then it was like, all right, let's see how he is with Jordan Love. And Jordan Love showed marginal improvements throughout the season that kind of put the stamp on, Matt LaFleur, he is that guy. That's the reason why Jordan Love was seeing these improvements. And I know it might hit you somewhere because they knocked you out the playoffs, but they
don't hit me because that don't got nothing to do with that has nothing to do with the Green Bay Packers. It doesn't hit me because the Green Bay Packers.
We're not going to get into the ins and outs.
No, I'm just saying the Green Bay Packers are executing and doing a job that they get paid to do. Isn't going to hurt my feelings because my team failed to do their job. That ain't got nothing to do with the Green Bay Packers.
All that, but Matt LaFleur and
but you brought it up, and I had it. Right. But I'm saying you brought that up.
Your boy Micah Parsons had him on the show and asked him, how did y'all beat our ass like that? And he explained it.
And what'd he say?
You know what he said? He said y'all got defensive backs trying to tackle Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. That's what he said. And we ran it down.
He said, yeah, I think when we looked at the film, y'all had some DBs playing linebacker. He said that. He said that.
Right. And then did Matt LaFleur have them going in just throwing the ball or what
yes, he did. Actually, that's the funny part. That's why I kind of get geeked up when everybody talks about this thing. And then when it comes to the Cowboys, I watch my Cowboy film. The Green Bay Packers beat the Cowboys throwing the football.
I feel like we're missing. Oh, is that all of them?
We haven't talked about the biggest.
All I want to say is the Green Bay Packers did not beat the Cowboys running the football. They beat the Cowboys throwing it. They had 269 yards passing. They were converting on 3rd and 12s. They scored 3 touchdowns before these motherfuckers could blink.
You're making 269 or whatever sound like 350, but it was about
in the first half. In the first half, 269 yards in the first half is
establishing the run and getting to the play action.
Wait, bro.
It's Jordan Love dicing y'all up like that.
Watch the film, bro, because you didn't watch that film. They did not beat us running the ball.
The Cowboys are going to get off the rails, and we're going to talk. We're not talking.
Oh, no. I'm just saying. You don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, we got the NFC East. We're going to do later. We stick it to the no.
No. Because you can't talk like you know what you're talking about if you didn't watch the film. If you watch the film, they beat the Cowboys throwing the ball.
They beat us. They beat y'all. Aaron, every time I looked up watching the game, Aaron Jones was watching the
I watched the game.
Come on, Aaron Jones catches the ball. He catches the ball.
You watch the game?
Aaron Jones
happened on the first drive. If you watch the game, tell me what happened on the first drive.
I'm not even trying to talk about that one specific game. That's not the point. My point is
that's what I'm saying. So
the Packers just easily supersede the Lions because you could bring up Ben Johnson, but Matt LaFleur has clearly got something yelling over there because
who said that the Lions couldn't
Aaron Rodgers.
Who said that the Packers couldn't supersede the Lions? You said
that was the main question that Eliante wanted us to answer.
I said that until you beat the champions, I'm gonna give it to the champion. I'm gonna always give it to the champion. Until you beat them.
I like predicting the future. You feel me?
Okay.
And I'm not saying, and that's not my pick. We could get into who we think is going to pick, whatever, but we need the draft to go on. I'm just going based off the free agency moves and the draft capital they got. The Lions added Donovan Peoples-Jones, which is cool, and they added the Lions. Arguably have the best line in the league. They got.
I was about to say that means a lot right now in football.
The best center, Frank Ragnow, I think his name is. They have Penei Sewell, best right tackle in the league, and they have Taylor Decker, and then they just added Kevin Zeitler from the Ravens, I believe, who used to play for the Giants. So that's why I peeped the move, and I'm like, why can't we do something about this line? But let's get to the Vikings though.
Biggest move in the offseason.
This is real sexy. Yeah, this is sexy. This is sexy.
You know what I'm saying? Kirk Cousins, the one and only Kirk Cousins, took his talents to no other than Hotlander. You know what I'm saying? And the real question is, y'all think Vikings can go on ahead and position themselves to be competitors again in that division?
I mean, obviously that depends on what they do at quarterback, right? I think they had. Once again, Sam Darnold. Austin was bringing up some report about Cam Newton, but what is that? He needs to stick to his podcast. Let's be real. That's a non-factor. Now, they traded to get that pick from the Texans. And
tell me why they did that. Tell me why they traded that. They traded that for who you say?
Nah, trust. We're going to get into it. Trust. We're going to get into it. They have the 11th and the 23rd pick. So we've been hearing a lot of buzz about J.J. McCarthy. He could be this year's Mac Jones. He could be this year's Will Levis. Who knows? But what we know about that offense is that they have Jay Jettas, they have Jordan Addison, they have T.J. Hawkinson, right? Maybe they want a proven winner that proves that, he had some of the best third down play in college in Michigan. And obviously, if they had the opportunity, it would really rely on the Patriots because that's the real question mark in terms of the top 3 picks. And so maybe they could trade up, but we don't even know if Drake May's who's going to be there.
No. But come on, tell them what you was believing in. Tell them what you was believing in.
They're trading.
They're going to do.
What I believe is they're going to trade with the Chargers because the Chargers is a clear trade down spot. Harbaugh obviously just coached JJ, so it's kind of a 2 birds, 1 stone. You boost up JJ's draft stock, and then you boost it up so you could trade back, get the assets, because Harbaugh doesn't really value receiver that much. They have a high pick because Herbert was hurt, Allen was hurt, Mike Williams was hurt. None of those guys was on the team for a reason. That reason is Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack. He wants to keep the defense how the defense is. Khalil Mack, I think like 16 sacks. He had that 6-sack game. Joey Bosa needs to stay healthy. But when it comes down to it, it's clear they could have kept one of those rushers and kept one of those receivers, and they didn't want to do that. And now the top of the depth chart is Quentin Johnson, who's looking like the modern-day Jalen Reagor, if you want to call that modern day.
So the last team in the division, Minnesota Vikings, was letting go Kirk Cousins, the right move, and what are they planning to do at QB? Take it away.
What are they planning to do at QB? I think they're planning to trade up for QB. I don't think that they have to trade up to 5 for QB. I don't think that they have to trade up for 2 1s for QB, because I think the way that it plays out is that the San Diego, Los Angeles Chargers want everybody to believe that everybody loves JJ McCarthy so much that you gotta get the 5, because don't let the Giants get him at 6. Bro, if the Giants want to take him at 6, let them. Let them. And if it's that big of a deal and the Giants take him at 6, be like, yo, what's up? I got a 4th rounder for what's his name? Daniel Jones. I got a 4th rounder for Daniel Jones. Y'all just drafted a quarterback. So why do I have to go up to 5? Why do I have to give up 2 months for 5?
Let's be real. You don't make moves. You don't make moves to get a quarterback and not want to get your guy. It's not like you're speaking as if you're in the front office for the Vikings. You don't know how much
is the guy.
JJ. How do you know he's not? So who do you think their guy is? Because
Drake May. Drake May. And there's a bunch of proof to show that is Drake May. Drake May is their guy.
That's a
right.
That's
and,
a pipe
and that's fine.
I go with 2. And
that's fine. And fair is fair. The game is the game. If he goes at 2, the game is the game. But if he does it, I got everything in place to go up and get him.
Okay, so you think when they made that trade with the Texans to get 11 and 23, it was Drake May or
not for JJ? It was not for JJ McCarthy. No, I do think that.
Let me. Okay, so it was Drake May or bust.
No. I think the opportunity presented itself. I think that they looked at it. I like the GM. His name is Kwasi Odofo Mensah. I don't know how to say it correctly, but I like that GM. He does not make a lot of wrong decisions, and ever since they've been there, they do a lot of things right.
What year did he get there? Out of curiosity,
like 2020, I want to say 2020. But hold on, wait, hold on. I can get the actual facts on that. That ain't no thing. Hold on.
So he was a part of the Stephon Diggs trade, and then they eventually got Justin Jefferson.
Okay. And also, so I'm here right now on the website, and it says Kevin O'Connell and Quincy Odofo Mensah escaped the need to snow shovel Sunday on Monday. This is them explaining the timing of the trade for the pick and the options in the first round. Okay, so here's what I've been trying to elude and let Dom know, because he only believes that the only year that matters and the only quarterbacks exist is the ones that are getting selected in the first 6 picks of this year's draft. There ain't no other quarterbacks ever in the world. But now, here's what I've been trying to tell them. They do not have to trade both of the first round picks for JJ McCarthy. Now, there is a quarterback in this draft that is worth more than 2 first round picks. And I think even Don would agree that there is a quarterback in this draft worth more than two first round picks. Those quarterbacks are Caleb Williams, Drake May. Maybe if you want to, you can put Jalen in there, but that's up in the air. Like no one's right or wrong if they feel whatever they feel about him. What I've been trying to let him know is the only person that gives a hell about the needing to get to 5 is the Chargers, because the Chargers want a left tackle and a left tackle heavy draft. So they're part of the reason why all of this smoke for JJ McCarthy has happened. If I am a GM, and I'm not saying that they feel this way. I personally think they did the smart thing to get another first with their first already, just in case they have to create a package, and they're lucky enough to get a Drake May because people made the wrong decisions. They're going to do it. If that does not happen, I think they try to find a way to make a trade to get to 8 with the Atlanta Falcons. And I think at 8 is when they select their quarterback, and they don't have to give up 2
so between
picks.
8 and 11, who is getting quarterback, bro? That's why you keep saying 8, like that makes sense. They could just the people who they have to worry about, right? They have to worry about the Broncos. They have to worry about the Raiders.
Got nothing. Who can't give anything?
Exactly.
Right.
So that means
So who's already winning?
All the way up there. So why?
So who's already winning?
Like, why you think they made that trade with? All right, hopefully Drake May is there, because if Drake May is able to, if you're able to trade into a spot that if you're able to trade into a spot because Drake May, the Giants are making that trade, and then they could just move back to 6. Like, because you have to realize they're not going to be the only ones trying to trade for Drake May.
But y'all don't got nothing to trade.
We have the 6th pick. That 6 is better than 11. And I understand that you won't get 23. We can give you a second. We can give you a future first. There's different things that we can offer.
You think that?
And I'm not even being biased, but the Giants went to go see Drake May 7 times.
But wait. And I've been waiting for him to talk about this. Who went to go see Drake May?
Everybody.
Right. Who went to go see
quarterback needy anyway?
Who went to go see Penix?
Everybody, including the Giants.
That's false. That's false.
No, I'm talking about the pro day. I'm not talking about during the year.
No,
you're talking about during the year.
Who went to the Drake Mays pro day from your organization? You are the Giants guy, so you going to let us know everything. Who went to the pro day from your organization?
Bro, I wasn't even looking into all that.
Okay, well, I was. So, okay, you want me to answer it for you?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're the same scouts that seen Drake May 7 times went to Drake May's pro day. Guess who went to see Penix throw?
But I'm not doing this rhetorical question. Answer your own question.
No, mother. You to say the fucking name.
No. Answer your own question.
You're a head coach. You're a head coach. Went to go see Penix throw. Want to know why he went to go see Penix throw? Because y'all drafted a wide receiver.
Get that shit out of here. Get that shit out of here. Everybody's head coach has nothing to do. So when Drake May was playing, our GM went. Our GM, our assistant GM, all our scouts went to go see him multiple times. Yep. So when it comes to who went to his pro day, bro, how much thought do you put into the pro day anyway? Who really cares about that much? Like,
I put a lot of stock into who the quarterback. Into the head coach.
But the coaches are going to go see these guys during the year.
Can I get it off or no?
No, the coaches can't go see those guys because the season's going on during the college football season.
I agree with that. And
this
was his chance.
Wait. No, let's keep it Vikings.
This was his chance to go see bro throw.
No, we'll get to the NFC East. We're not talking to NFC East right now.
Yeah. Okay.
We're talking about the Vikings.
But did you know that? Were you aware of that? Were you aware who your head coach went to go see throw?
I feel like this would be a great conversation to have once we get onto the NFC East.
Yeah, like
I love this. I'm loving this, but you know,
I didn't bring up the Giants. I did not bring up the Giants.
Because they're at 6, and it's clear that they like Drake May, and so you have your competing offers. I think
we should just leave the entire NFC.
No. We have to include in terms of who because
when the Minnesota Vikings don't trade the 5. When the Minnesota Vikings don't trade the 5, don't say I didn't tell you so. When the Minnesota Vikings don't trade. When Minnesota Vikings don't trade the 2 first to get to 5, don't say I didn't tell you
about that. We can make a side bet. They're either traded into 5 or to 4.
I got some stripper ones. I got my stripper ones right here. I would like to make a side bet where all the stripper ones I have in my hand
Count it up, and we'll make a bet that they trade up to at minimum 5. At minimum, it might be 4. At minimum 5.
4, 5, 6.
Hey, everybody
7,
watching, y'all seeing
8.
this live, so whoever doesn't pay up, I'll let y'all know.
All right. While you count your money, can you multitask and let me know why would they trade up to 8? What is the logic of trading from 11 to 8, and what are they giving up to get to 8?
29, 30, 31.
Just a disclaimer,
Okay.
Pause
on counting the money. Okay, so look, stop. Because no, that's a good question that he asked me. That's a good question that he asked me. That is a good question that he asked me.
I asked a lot of good questions.
Reason, you do. You ask a lot of great questions. I appreciate that. So the answer to your question is the fact that they're going to trade to 8 and they don't have to trade to 5 is 1. 5, bitch. Nobody. You don't have a trade partner. You don't have a trade partner. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like 5 don't got a trade partner. If I don't deal with you, you don't have a trade partner. You don't have a trade partner.
Is the Vikings, bro.
Exactly. So if
or the Broncos,
take the deal then, bro.
Bro, you keep saying this thing it's just like, yo, whatever. We don't value this enough, so go ahead, because you don't know how they value JJ McCarthy. And
I know that they don't value him enough for 2 first-round picks.
I'm not saying I'm a big fan of JJ.
Yeah, I can stand on everything I love right now, all the football that I watched in my entire life, that he is not worth 2 first-round picks.
And teams make dumb decisions all the time. I'm telling you that I think that the GM that you like, right?
Yeah, and I don't think he's
something that you don't know. And they like JJ more than you if you were the GM. And it could we don't know. This shit's a crapshoot, and you know that.
What if they like Penix more than you? Why is it about JJ? Who made it about JJ?
Okay, so I get what you're going. I get what you're going. So what you're saying is if they can't trade up to get Drake May, they'll trade with the Falcons at 8 and take Penix. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm confused why they're trading up to 8, and what are they trading up for? What are they trading for? Probably going to be there at 11.
Can I present? Am I able to present? Because basically the new rumor is the Jets are telling people that they're available for a trade. The Jets are telling people that they're available for a trade, right? So the reason that the Jets now are like, oh, these people want quarterbacks. Hey, we available for a trade. Bro, listen, the only person that has orchestrated all of this has been the Los Angeles Chargers because they do not want to pick a left tackle.
The Cardinals also said it for that they might be.
Yeah, and I believe it. And I believe it when it happens. When it happens,
either. But
yeah, exactly.
So
why? So are we? We're matter of fact.
So when did the Falcons say they're trying to? When did the Falcons say they're trying to trade down? Because when it comes to the Falcons, they're acting like
that's why I'm saying that that's the one that's going to do it.
But the Falcons, hold on. When it comes to the Falcons, they can take their pick of who they think is the best defensive player in the draft. Because would you not agree that the first defensive prospect probably won't go until the Falcons? The Titans are most likely going left tackle. They just made all these moves for receivers. They're not going receiver. The Giants are not going defense. We just traded for Brian Burns and gave up some draft capital.
So
the first defensive player on the board is going to be at 8.
That the motherfucking goddamn Jets said, "Oh yeah, our 10th pick's available." Why do you think they say, "Oh yeah, our 10th pick's available"? Because they know that there's going to be a quarterback that somebody wants. They're at 10, and they know that quarterback for sure is going 11, 12, and 13. We're not going to deny that one, right, Dom?
Of course.
Are we going right? Okay, so we know for a fact 11, 12, 13. They take.
So how do you think the Broncos and the Raiders are reacting to the fact that they ain't
got enough firepower, nigga?
Exactly.
They take a little bit. So you're gonna wait your turn. But if I'm the Vikings, they already did the smart thing. They have the ultimate firepower because you have the ultimate firepower when you
don't get the ultimate firepower to move up to 8
But I'm not going to, because I might not have to give up the first. And that's what I've been telling you.
To get to 23rd, they had to give up the second round pick. They don't have a second round pick.
Bro, but I got a fourth.
I guarantee you, if we look up,
I got a fourth.
If we look up next year draft capital between the Vikings, the Raiders, and the Broncos, they already had enough. So they're moving up to go to 5th. They're not going to 8. And then it's also like
I bet you money. No. They might go to 5th. They might go to 5. But I bet you money it won't. I bet you won't take that. I bet you won't take that. I bet you won't be 2. I bet money that they will not trade 2 first-round picks for J.J. McCarthy. I can bet money on that. That's what you need to stand on. That's what you need to stand on. I will stand on that to the day of my life. And when that trade, if
you don't think he's worth it, I'm not a Michigan fan. I have no stock in. If he's there at 6, I don't want us to take him. I want us to take best receiver available. Right. I know you want to take him. And if you're my man Quincy Odo-Mensah, I hate that I'm saying his name wrong. But if you're him, bro, who is this? You got your godfather. Like, why are you so confident that he's going to do the right thing? Probably. I believe in him. I was happy that he got the job. He was in his 30s when he got, bro. Because I'm standing on business. What they say was standing on business. Nigga, I'm standing on business, bro. I really believe this. I really believe that he don't try to give up that one. Can we please go to the AFC? We can go. Let's go to the AFC. All right. We'll hear more rumors in the meantime. And then we'll talk about that bet off camera. We'll talk about that bet off camera because I guarantee you they're moving up to 4 or 5 and they're going to take that guy. Because think about the offense. Think about the offense, and you love bringing up OCs, right? Ben Johnson's cool. What do you think about Kevin O'Connell, who's obviously not the OC, but still. I was to say, wait. Anyway, come on. Matter of fact, we about to switch gears into the NFC North. I said NFC North. See, y'all niggas got me tripping. AFC North. Anyways, starting off with, the division champs, Baltimore Ravens. Question I have for this is going to be another heated combo. Hey, I'm not trying to get that deep into it, but I want to really hear y'all genuine take on this because I'm very curious as how they can secure another division championship title, assuming that the rivals are healthy, including that guy above me right now, Joey B. Show that off real quick. Show that off. You know what I'm saying? My man about to be back. That shit is hard. You know what I'm saying? He want all the smoke. That's Jake Burr. That's Jake Burr. My man's coming. He's coming. Yeah. He like that. He's one of the coldest white boys in America. Period. Yeah. In terms of the Ravens, I think they're doing the right thing. They're actually going all in without really going all in. They let Gus Edwards go. They got Derrick Henry on a pretty good deal. And as long as they run the ball this time, do what they're good at and run the ball, I think Derrick Henry adds a dynamic aspect to their offense that they didn't have. Not to mention, what's been the problem? Here you go.
Couldn't have did that with Gus Edwards in that playoff game.
They could have. But who's better? That's just them not running the ball.
You answered my question. I don't want no smoke. You answered it.
Exactly. So that was their main free agency move, right? It's a bunch of rotational players that they signed. It's going to be interesting what they do in the draft. They're probably going to have to go receiver again. And it's how many times do y'all have to go receiver? I don't know if they go that with the first pick in terms of, they're in the late 20s. But with Derrick Henry there, I think they're going to be they're going to feel like they have to run the ball. With Gus Edwards, they might be we got to put it in Lamar's hand. We got Zay Flowers. We just got Mark Andrews back.
Admit that they were wrong for that.
Of course they were wrong for that. They were wrong for that. But once you have that star power, there's more pressure to put the ball in Derrick Henry's hands versus Gus Edwards. Regardless, though, they should have put it in Gus Edwards' hands. They should have.
Thank you.
Bro, don't try to create some narrative as if I thought
because you would because
I thought that like Gus Edwards wasn't good enough.
I know you agree, but I want you to point out that you
feel
like they were fine with Gus Edwards. That wasn't why they lost. They lost because they stopped handing it to Gus Edwards.
But we're talking about them winning the division title, and at the end of the day, the Browns were rolling out with Joe Flacco, and Joe Burrow wasn't there. They're rolling out with Jake Browning, and then the Steelers are rolling out with Kenny Pickett. So it's about who's winning the division and getting that home field advantage. And assuming, based on what Eliante said, everyone's healthy, right? Keep improving. I know you might not be a fan of keep improving. It's keep it the same, run it back, and change the strategy, right?
Damn.
Keeping the same running back and changing the strategy?
I'm not saying I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm just saying keeping everything.
Wait, what did you just say just now? What was that out of your? You said that
I said keeping everything the same and running it back.
Right. No, you don't have to keep everything the same unless they're good. Football. You should probably keep them if they're good at the sport. If they're top 5 in their position at yards or receptions or the things that matter. No. I'm just saying the things that matter. I think you should keep them. I do think you should keep them. I don't ever want anyone to think that I don't want those players on my football team if they're top 5 at their position. I want them on my team. But with that being said, the Tyler Biadishes of the world that get paid $10 million to go play for the Washington Football Wizards, go have fun. Go get that bread too. And if I see you in
centers right now.
Well, I'm just saying because it felt like you were talking about how like No, I'm not talking crazy. I'm just saying like, yo,
why you gotta bring us into it?
Oh, my fault. Because you part of that. My bad. We'll get on that when it's time to. But anyways, when it comes to the Ravens, I mean, like,
disrespect.
The running back shit is cool. They didn't lose because of a running back. They didn't. The reason they didn't advance because of the running back.
That's not the point. It's not for one. Right now, it's not about fast forwarding to playing the Chiefs again in that same exact scenario. It's about getting back there because that was probably the least healthy that division was, and that's the point, right?
Okay. We're talking about the division. Okay. Because I thought we were talking about the Ravens. I know we're talking about the Ravens because we're like
we are talking about the Ravens specifically.
We're talking about the Ravens, but we're talking about what they got to do to win the division.
To go back to back.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, like the Browns had the number 1 defense in the NFL. The Browns beat the San Francisco 49ers without a quarterback. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't really want to bring up the Browns like that, but it's like, yo, the division is tough.
Could you look up the last year Ravens Browns? What was it? A split? Did they get split?
Yeah. But the Browns was kind of tough, and like you already know how I feel about Cincinnati, and you already know how I feel about Joe Burrow in the playoffs. I got respect for Joe Burrow in the playoffs. Ooh. I'm not I only care about playoffs type person.
This is actually pretty interesting. It looks like in the first, we're talking about the Ravens and the Browns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like the first time they played on October 1st, the Ravens smoked them niggas. They were smoking on that Browns pack 28-3.
I want to say that might that wasn't it. Go ahead.
Was Deshaun? Well, actually, that don't matter.
And then the next game, the Browns won 33-31, and I remember that was a heartbreaking loss for the Ravens. I remember that because I'm pretty sure Masad Lawson did his thing. Unfortunately,
that the division rivalries in that division goes pretty crazy. It's going to be tough.
It's going to be a split. They're
probably going to split because that roster's
everyone's going to split. And Cincinnati and them, they're going to split. Like everybody, how we got to move is they're probably going to split because that, like you said, that division, everybody's tough. Everybody's good. Everybody's tough. If everyone's healthy, you might get them at home, but you ain't getting them away. You might get the Browns in Baltimore, but you're not getting the Browns in Cleveland.
If it's a split, then it's, them playing the field. Do you think that the Ravens, I mean, besides him, the only notable name I'm peeping, they re-signed Justin Madubuike, but Nelson Aguilar.
Very important, by the way. Very important.
No. Extremely important.
Okay.
Extremely important that they got him back.
All right.
Extremely important. Yeah. Part of free agency is getting your guys back. It's not just about new additions, because if they lost him, we'd be looking at them as free agency losers. They, for the most part, they have their money tied up. They paid Lamar.
Quarterback.
I don't know what Mark Andrews' contract's looking like, but they have a lot of young players on the roster. I think they could continue to keep doing their thing, but they did lose Mike McDonald. But they've proven that they have an eye for talent in that coaching staff, because they went from having
the Harbaugh brothers. That's a Harbaugh thing. Don't say they proven it. The Harbaugh brothers have proven that they're gonna make sure defense is straight. And we gotta give them that credit. We gotta respect them for what they do, because everywhere they go, for whatever reason, their defenses go crazy.
So are you saying Mike McDonald, like, you saying
no. I think Mike McDonald is a dog because Mike McDonald is a dog. But I think that it would affect the Chargers more if Mike McDonald lost than it would affect the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? Due to Jim like I think Jim Harbaugh has the eye in the ear for the talent. Is what I'm trying to say. Another one. But like when the Ravens lose a defensive coordinator, it's like, damn, that sucks.
You keep going off the cam a little bit. It's like you talking to like your little cousin in the corner or something.
Oh, my bad. Okay, all right, my bad. I'm right here. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? So I feel like personally they don't actually there might be a little bit of some turmoil, or it might be a little bit of a adjustment, you know what I mean? Because it's a new defense, obviously. But I think that if any, I'm pretty sure their DB coach had defensive coordinator interview. I'm pretty sure their DB coach actually took a defensive coordinator job. Actually, Elias, if you could look that up for me. I'm pretty sure the defensive coordinator and the DB coach got coordinator jobs. And I'm pretty sure that they upgraded somebody that was a defensive coordinator, a position coach, to a defensive coordinator. That's what I'm saying.
That's their current guy. They didn't just go out of house and get.
That's what I'm saying. I
believe in the Ravens doing that. I believe in the Ravens. Having that.
It's like Zach Orr. I want to say it's Zach Orr. Who is it?
Use right. You hit it on the spot. Yeah. It's Zach Orr.
Guess what? It's another ball-headed. No disrespect. It's a ball-headed black dude that used to play linebacker. Something about ball-headed black dudes that play linebacker. They can do this.
It's just about ball-headed dudes that play linebacker.
That's wild.
These linebackers are killing it, but they have to, because that's the.
Because to play linebacker, you are the quarterback of the defense.
Yeah,
you're the quarterback of the defense. Cornerbacks might be the most athletic person on the football field, and nobody would take that away from them.
In terms of IQ, yep.